Hi guys, it's Kath and we are here with our Wednesday night educators, #educatorscan. And I'm going solo. Nikki isn't well tonight, so we will have to go solo. And if you could say hi as you come on, especially in the replay, or add your questions below. Now, I will find our live stream on my computer so that I can see any questions. I don't like to show up on the phone. So, hi Kathleen, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Have you got any questions for tonight? I'd really like to make this super valuable for you. So the way that you can do that is add any questions that are relevant to you. So this week we have been talking on the Simple Reflect page, we've been talking about motivation and what keeps us motivated as educators and what do we need to recognise or change or look at what we need to do differently if we're going to stay motivated as educators. Kathleen says, no, sorry, I'm just here to listen and learn. That's all good. Yay! We love that too. And I know over on Nikki's page, she's been really looking into schemes again and how to evaluate your scheme and look at if your scheme needs a little bit of a reassessment, I suppose. She's got a beautiful article on her page about really looking at whether your scheme fits you and the educator that you are. And as a new educator, that's a really, really important thing to do. But as an ongoing educator as well, with a lot of the schemes changing and shifting, it is something that's really important to do as well. So if you haven't read that article over on Nikki's Start Your Own Family Daycare page, then that would be a fabulous read for you. And the other thing is in her Being Me in Family Daycare, she's looking at environments, and there's some super inspirational pictures about what educators are offering in their environments. So if you're looking for a bit of a pick-me-up or some fresh ideas or just to have a little sneak peek at what other educators are doing in their environments, then the Being Me in Family Daycare is a great group to check out. Hi Tracy, how are you? Have you had a good week? I went to playgroup this week, today actually, and we were supposed to have storms all week and I was a little bit nervous. I took my new bubba to playgroup. It's his first time out and I was really, really nervous about it. I did not want to spend playgroup soothing a crying baby for him or for me or for the other children. And he was amazing. He was so good. He ate and drank and watched the other children and even had a little crawl around, picked up some blocks. I was stoked. I was so happy. And that relief feeling when you're going, and it was really, really good. I was like, oh, I was so relieved. So that was a bit of my day. Tracy says, yes, really good, thanks. Super. Tracy, have you got any questions for us? We would love some questions. I have got a question that I have that I picked out of the Shyness and Educator group that I really wanted to talk to you about tonight. And we're talking about motivation and we're talking about things that we're struggling that seems to chip away at our motivation. And the question was, how do I stop people thinking I am open 24/7? So the issue that she is having is that families are coming to visit, or people with friends or children are coming to visit, and they think because she's a family daycare and she's got all these beautiful toys that they have run-of-the-mill and can help themselves make a huge mess, and then she has to clean it up even though she's not working, and she doesn't feel that's fair. And I love what she's done. I really do. She's actually put aside one main room for her daycare, and she has put a lock and a note on the door. Okay, that's super, super clear. There is no mistaking a lock and a note. That's clear. So my very first tip is make it super clear that there are areas that you want the children to play in and areas that you don't. I know when I've got friends that come around and my daycare area is sort of separated to 3 rooms, I do shut the door in the back sleeping room where I can tuck away some toys, and sometimes I even close the second room. Or I might specifically put up some crates and things of toys, and then put specific toys in the cubby house, because in the back room is where the cubby house is, and the children, friends' children, when they come, will very specifically go there and see what I've got out for the day. So you've got an option, I suppose. You can lock away everything, or you can lock away most and bring out the same as you would if you have the daycare children there. Treat your family daycare like a business. So let your friends know that, hey, I'm not working. I really don't want to clean up all the children's free play time. Well, I love that you're visiting. Thank you for visiting. But let's just have the children playing with these toys and actually get out specific toys that you have. And I think this is around boundaries then, isn't it? So if you are going to set some really firm boundaries around what's acceptable for you, you might not mind friends with their children coming and playing in the daycare area when you're not working. But if it upsets you, set some boundaries, set some intentions around it, and work out a way that you can have those friends still visit but not feel like you are working, because we need to have downtime. We need to have time for our friends, and we do need to have, even if it's just in our minds, that time that's separate. And I think I do that by separating it out. This beautiful educator obviously has done it really well by putting a lock and a note on her door, and she asks for other suggestions. So guys, what do you have your room that you close? Do you have your daycare area in a garage area or in another room area that you don't use, or do you? So my main area for my daycare is actually my lounge room, and then I've got the 2 separate other areas. So once a fortnight I do actually pack it all up, or if we've got friends coming for the weekend or something like that, then I do actually just pop it all in either baskets or sometimes washing baskets, and move it into the other area, so it doesn't become a huge temptation for other people's children to make a huge mess. But then mess doesn't really worry me either. As long as it's clean underneath, I'm more than happy for the children to make a big mess. And then it's about, when it's time to go, it's exactly the same as we would do with our other children. Let's do a clean up. Let's do a quick pack up. Gee, you've enjoyed playing here. Let's do a pack up. It is okay, and it is our responsibility, I suppose, to get those children to help us in a positive, fun way. And a great way to get them to help us is to start and encourage them. And the language we use, don't just expect it all to happen magically. Actually put the conversation in it, put the effort into making it a little bit fun and recognizing that, sometimes an extra bit of communication is really, really important and really needed. So I hope that helps. It really is about treating our family daycare as a business and knowing our own boundaries. So if something's not working for you, then work out how you can change it, work out how you can improve it, work out next time how you will put boundaries in place so it doesn't happen. And you really don't want to be, we want to feel like our home is our home. You don't want to feel like your home isn't being treated how you want your home to be, especially out of hours. I think that's super important. So guys, have you got any other questions? It's a Wednesday. It's a hump day. Have you been out to playgroup this week? I would love to know. I really, really enjoyed playgroup today. I was really quite anxious about it, and then it ended up being a fabulous, fabulous day. So it was good. Got to sit in the sun. Now it is, it's Science Week. We did science experiments today. 2 beautiful science experiments that the children were very, very enthusiastic with and wanted to participate. So have you thought about is it Science Week or Science Month? I'll have to look that up. But try and do some science experiences with your children over the next couple of weeks if you think they will benefit from that and if you feel that that is what they would need. I have a little boy that actually he likes to sit and watch. He doesn't participate a lot, and that's okay. We give him that choice. I encourage, but that is, and I've been testing, I suppose, offering different things, trying to, giving myself the challenge of what can I offer him that he will jump in and be involved with. And the science experiences today, one he wasn't interested in at all, and the other he was. So it involved water and dye and shaving cream, and he loved the squishing the dye out of the eyedropper onto the shaving cream. So I know we have to be very, very careful when we are using shaving cream, making sure that you haven't got children with allergies. Super science things, really, really fun. And all of a sudden he jumped in and he wanted to participate. I was like, yes, I know, I've got one thing now. And so I will definitely offer other experiences around shaving cream and around eyedroppers and paints and squirting and those sorts of things. So I might offer him paint in the, what are they called? Squeezy bottles, I think. So we haven't done that before with him either. So that will be, I'm excited now. I'm excited to keep going now that I've found something that he really, really likes. So do you challenge yourselves when you are thinking about different children and what different children might like? I really enjoy the challenge of having a child in my care that doesn't necessarily like everything that I'm offering. And for me to actually have to take that step back and go, ooh, okay, he doesn't like this, or wow, okay, he loved that, and build on that. So really, that whole concept of what's next, what can I offer him that's valuable, age appropriate, and that he'll love. So I was excited when he liked the shaving cream today, and he really jumped into that. I was like, yes, finally, I found something that he really likes instead of watching. And watching, for some children, watching is just as valuable as jumping in. So, I have no question at all that he has been learning through his watching, but to actually see him jump in today was a little bit excited. And as educators, I don't know, we need to know, coming back to motivation, we need to know what excites us as an educator. I know as an educator, I love messy play. I love offering the children messy play. I love watching and seeing and challenging myself to really offer different things to the children to find out what they're really interested in, and then build on that and then go, what next? Okay, what can I offer him next? So guys, after you've listened to my story on my little boy that loved the shaving cream today, what's some ideas? What would you offer this little boy around science experiences and around shaving cream? I know we've got, I haven't done it for a while, but for, the painting with the shaving cream and the actual taking prints, those sorts of things, the actual putting it in the shaving cream in pots with paintbrushes, actually putting texture, so things like rice or small rocks, pebbles, seeds, those sorts of things into it, and then seeing the tracks that they make as you move it along. I think those are the sorts of things I would offer him. So what would you offer him? What would you offer him around shaving cream and messy play and maybe some goop, something like that? Only a few weeks ago, I did make some goop in a big tray. He wasn't terribly interested in that. So it will be interesting. Okay, have you got any questions, guys, or any ideas that I could use with the shaving cream? Do you use shaving cream in your care setting? I know some educators don't, and that is absolutely a personal choice. As I know, I said I love messy play, so we do quite a bit of that sort of stuff as well. And it's winter. And sometimes messy play can be a little bit difficult, more difficult in winter. Messy play is often wet and icky and needs lots of washing and those sorts of things. And we like to do it outside, and that's not always possible in winter. So Kathleen says, we used whipped cream instead of shaving cream. Oh, I like that idea. I have not done that. Well, they can eat it, can't they? As long as they're not lactose intolerant or anything silly like that. They really could eat it. And that is another tactile experience, isn't it? I'm going to try that. Thank you, Kathleen. I love that idea. Ector writes, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Shaving cream, put some blue colour and give them some animals they can play with. Yeah, the footprints, or just painting them. I had pink horses for a while. We pulled out all of the pink horses, all of the horses, I should say, and made the paint pink and gave each of the children, just picked them up and painted them. Sometimes I do love that. Thank you. What we expect, our traditional ways, I suppose, of offering, a paintbrush and a paper, those sorts of things, isn't always the way that things end up. So, animals, shaving cream, I love that. It's about thinking outside the box, isn't it? It's about thinking about offering them experiences that they will enjoy and get something out of. But that's a little bit different as well. So thank you for them. I think both of them are great. It's interesting, isn't it? Do you ever struggle with what to do next? I find sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And sometimes I struggle in the way that I've got so many ideas that I can't choose which ones I want to do. And other times I struggle with actually choosing something that I know will be of value for the child. So we will definitely add colours to it. Kathleen, have you added colours to whipped cream? How does that work? Does it just look the same as the shaving cream, or does it come out a little bit funny? That'll be worth experimenting with, actually. I use Edycol dye and I use food colouring to colour my paints and whatnot. Edycol dye is one of those things that just keeps going and going. Very cost-effective way to offer painting to our children, but then we can use it to colour Play-Doh or shaving cream, I hope whipped cream, because that's cool, and just watercolours as well. Super effective for offering our children in those sorts of things. So Kathleen says, doesn't stay as fluffy, but the kids don't seem to mind. I just used food colouring. Okay, so food colouring in the whipped cream. I'm definitely going to try that. Come back and tell you how it went. I love that. Okay, so I am going to head off. If you have any more questions, now is the time to add them because I would love to answer them. If you think of any questions through the week that you'd really like to ask, come back and add them in. It's super fun. We really like doing our Wednesday nights, #EducatorsCan, because it's just fabulous to hear your ideas, but also hear what you're struggling with so that we can help. Kathleen says, are you going to be on at 8:30 tonight? Yes, I was going to hop over into the mastermind at 8:30 to answer your questions over there. So have a little think if you've got some questions around the courses that you're doing at the moment. That would be great as well. So Kathleen's talking about our early years programming mastermind that we run. It is a safe place for educators to connect with others, but also where I put all my courses. So I ended up with courses, so many courses, that I really wanted somewhere that I could work with educators on a longer basis. And that is what we are doing over in the mastermind. So if you have any questions around that, then please do ask. If you are wondering whether it would be suitable for you or help you, then reach out and ask the question, because I'm always happy to answer that as well. So Kathleen says, cool, see you there as well. Okay, we can do that. That sounds fabulous. So yeah, if you've got any other questions, I'd love to hear from you. I will be back hopefully with Nikki, if she's well, next Wednesday at 7:30 for our #EducatorsCan at any time through the week. If you have questions that you need help with, personal message me. I get lots of personal messages through the week and I love it. I love the reflecting that I need to do with myself to answer those questions, but then I also love helping educators. So totally open to personal messages or questions in here. That's absolutely fine. So I will say goodnight. Have a beautiful week and remember to shine. Bye, guys.